Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Victoria, and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So today I have something exciting again. So if you have been following my channel for a while, you probably would know that I absolutely am in love with the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, which looks like this. So I've done a bunch of tutorials on my channel with this palette. It is absolutely beautiful. I actually just mentioned it in my last tutorial review thing, which I'll link up there, when I discussed the Urban Decay Elements palette and like how this palette and that palette compare and all of that jazz. So because I am obsessed with this palette, which let me show you right now. It looks like this if you've never seen it. But yeah, so this is what it looks like, and mine looks like a mess because I have used and abused it to no end, but I absolutely love this palette. It is such a great palette, such amazing quality, so affordable. It's like $25. It's amazing. So, cruelty free also. Could we not do that, please? Thank you. So yeah, so I absolutely love that palette. I think that is amazing. Highly, 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 highly recommend it to you. But so today, okay. BH Cosmetics came out with a second addition to this palette, and it is the Zodiac Love Signs palette, and it launched like, I don't know, not even 2 weeks ago, maybe, not very long ago. Literally just got in the mail, and I was like, I have to film something with this because I'm so excited. So, okay, so I just showed you what the old palette looks like, and now I'm about to show you what the new palette looks like. So, this also retails for $25, and this is what it looks like. This is the outside unicarton thing. Like, how beautiful. I can't wait. Okay, so let me just slide this little thing off. Doot. And now this is what the outside packaging of the new palette looks like. Like, how freaking beautiful is that? And look at them together. They're so cute. Like, how pretty is that? I'm so excited. Let me, without further ado, show you the inside. Show you the inside of this palette. Okay, let me take out the little shiny thing. It again has a mirror, just like the other one, but this is what the inside of this palette looks like. Like, how absolutely beautiful is that? With the little heart decal. I cannot. I'm so excited. So, let me go through really quickly. It came with a little card in the mail. So, it is a 25 color eyeshadow and highlighter palette. So, it has 12 mattes, 12 baked shimmers, and 1 luminous baked highlighter. Okay? So, obviously, that's what we're looking like. And let me hold this up compared to the old palette. Again, excuse how ugly and beat up this is. Like, how beautiful. I'm so excited. Okay, so I am going to do a full review and look with this palette, and I hope that you guys are excited for it. So I'm just going to jump in. I've already put like concealer, foundation, powder, you know what I mean, contour / bronzer, blush, and I've done my eyebrows. So I'm kind of like ready to go. I'm going to start out by using this highlighter just because I can't wait and I really want to use it. And I just want to give you a spoiler. I am obsessed with the like formula and the look of the highlighter in the old one. So I can only imagine that this one will be better. I will say the older one, the highlighter in the middle is lighter than this, so this is probably better for like medium-ish skin tones. It actually might be slightly too dark for me, but I don't care, I'm gonna use it anyway. So, also, I might put swatches of like my favorite shades because it's a lot to swatch, but I might put swatches of like my favorite couple shades at the end of this video when I'm discussing like my final thoughts and whatever. So if you want to see those, keep tuned, you know what I mean? Stay tuned. That's how you say that. Stay tuned. Okay. I'm going to go in with my highlighting brush, which is this e.l.f. brush. It's like $1 and it's one of the best highlighting brushes ever. I have not even touched this palette yet and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm just going to go into this middle shade right here. Okay, so it picks up a lot. And I'm just going to apply. Ooh, yeah. That's already so beautiful. Holy moly. I'm so excited. So recently my favorite like kind of technique is to go in with that e.l.f. brush and then go in with my other favorite highlighting brush, which is the Luxie 660 brush, and just kind of blend it in with all of the other stuff going on our face. Just so that it's like kind of, it's so subtle but so nice and like smooth looking. It looks even on the skin. It doesn't have a lot of pigment as far as like color goes, which is kind of nice. And it's not sparkly at all. It's more like just like a sheen, and it looks really, really pretty, natural, but still like kind of blinding and beautiful, and I love it. I'm very excited. Okay, so I think that's a little better. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's like kind of gloomy and hard to get the lighting right in here right now. So this is what it looks like. It's got like a soft gold behind it, and it's really, really pretty. So I'm very excited. I think it looks really, really good, and I'm going to jump into the eye look that I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Morphe Beautiful in Bronze Big Fluffy Brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is like a light white pink kind of shade, and it's really pretty. And I'm just going to blend this all over the lid and just kind of lay it down as our transition kind of base shade. I don't remember the other palette having a shade like this, and it was kind of something that I wanted in that palette, so I'm glad that they put it into this one because I think that it's a good neutralization base shade to have, and it will help to brighten up the eyes in general. So you can see that that is incredibly pigmented for a white shade, and I really like that. So now I'm going to go into, I guess we're doing a brown look today, okay? We're doing a brown look. So I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is kind of like a pukey, which is disgusting, but it's true. It's kind of like a greenish yellow, super warm brown. And I'm just going to place this into our crease as well. Okay, so when you pick it up on the brush, it actually deposits much more yellow than it looks in the pan. So just keep that in mind, but it is going on very easily. I will say that this palette gives you a lot more transition shades than the last palette did. There was not as many like kind of mid-tone shades. It kind of went from semi-light to dark pretty fast, and that was kind of one of the downfalls of that palette, and I'm assuming, sorry, I have a piece of hair stuck to me or something. I'm assuming that's why they did that in this palette, is they wanted to give more options for transition shades, which is nice, appreciated. So that blended out super easily. It went on very even, blended like butter. So I'm gonna go right into the shade next to it, which is just kind of like a slightly more orangey, deeper version of that shade. Sorry, I'm like not in the thing. And it already looks incredibly pigmented on the brush, so I'm definitely gonna tap that off. And I'm just gonna kind of feed that in a little bit lower. So these are more mustardy shades, which I usually don't kind of go for, but they are very nice when you're doing a warm look. They give like a good backdrop to that whole scene. So I'm just keeping that a little bit lower than the yellow we just placed in our crease and building up that pigment. And then when there's not much left on the brush, just kind of sweeping over the upper crease, just like that. Can you guess what brush I'm going to use? Can you? I'm going to go in with the Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is more of like a burnt orange looking pumpkin-y shade, and it's really pretty, and it's going to be super pigmented, just judging by that. And I'm going to again place this a little lower in our crease. Holy moly. So that's amazing. And I'm going to keep that focused out here on the outer portion. I don't want to drag that in too far. So that went on seamlessly. Oh, I'm in love. Holy moly, I'm in love with this right now. Kind of drag that up a little bit. Oh, I love it, 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 I love it! Okay. That's so nice. Okay. So now I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go right into this kind of reddish shade because I'm feeling like I kind of want to do a sunset-y look, and I want to end up using this Gemini shade because it really calls to me. So yeah, so I'm going to go, I just need you to see that really quickly. This is such like a fiery red. I really like this. I don't have a lot of shades like this, and these colors are really kind of hard to make this pigmented, and this is really, really good. Really, really, really good. So I am very pleased. Oof. Oof. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this brush, and I'm going to go into the first shade that we used, just a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of run that along the edges of the whole look. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing here. I think I know what I'm doing here. Okay. So what I want to do, I'm going to do something a little different, a little crazy, if you will. Okay. So I'm going to go in with one of my e.l.f. concealer brushes, which you guys know is like my favorite for inner corner highlight. And I'm going to do something a little crazy. And I'm going to go into the shade Gemini right here, which is this beautiful like pinky purple, holy moly, this beautiful pinky purple like shimmer. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner. I know. Insane. So I'm just kind of dragging this up onto my inner lid a little bit. You guys see what I'm doing here, but I'm just trying to explain it a little bit. So I'm taking a little bit at a time. It's very pigmented and I want it to be nicely blended. So I'm just keeping this low in the crease and dragging this onto my inner lid a little bit. So I'm taking that first brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to kind of like swirl that around in there to help blend that in the inner corner a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in again and just continue to build that up a little bit because I want that shimmer still in there. Okay, so now that I have that set down, I want to go into the shade Taurus, which, shout out, that's me. And this is slightly more burgundy of a shade than Gemini is. Gemini is more purple, where Taurus is a little bit more red. And I'm just going to drag that and connect it a little bit and pull this along to like from the inner corner, like inner third of our eye where Gemini is, to like the middle of our lid. Now if you guys wanted to use a bigger brush, you could. It would probably be easier. But I kind of like using this little brush because it's very precise. Alright, I'm gonna go back in a little bit with Gemini once again and just kind of reinforce that shade right on the inner corner. You could also apply these with your finger if you like doing that. I personally don't really enjoy doing that just because, I don't know, I feel like my fingers are too big. But that's up to you. However you want to do it. I think I just kind of want to build up the depth on the outer part and kind of blow that out into yellow and kind of have like a sunset-y eye. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go back in to the Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and I'm going to go back into the red shade, the red matte shade. And I'm just going to kind of pack that onto this outer portion of our eye and blend that into the Taurus shade and kind of drag that a little bit along our crease, but really focusing it out here. Doing little circular motions and really building up that color. Again, right now I'm using like zero pressure. I am just gently, like, barely scraping the surface and dragging that out. I want to work a little bit more on that crease, and then we will go back and build up that shimmer again. So I'm going to go back into the orangey shade and dig into a little bit of this shade as well. Push that on the outest, like on the most outer portion of the eye. And then out on the most outer edge, I'm going to go back into that yellow shade, into that first brush we used, the big fluffy one. And I'm just going to kind of blow all of that out, like all the way up almost to my brow bone. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm just going to kind of build up that pigment one more time because I've blended a lot of it away. So back in with the oranges, then into that bright red. And then I'm actually going to go in with the Lottie London brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Taurus. Holy moly. Picks up so much pigment, it is just like so easy. And I'm going to place that on our inner lid, or our middle of our lid. Kind of drag it out to our outer corner as well. And then flip it over and go into the shade Gemini, which was that bright pinky purple, and drag that along our inner lid and pull it onto the middle of our lid as well. So one more blend of the outer edges. I'm going in with a different e.l.f. concealer brush. I'm going to go into the shade Cancer, which is this bright gold, and it's a really cool gold. Like, there's not many golds that I have that are like that. And I'm going to just shove that right here. It's such a rich gold, it's beautiful. Right there, and just kind of drag that in. I really like that. Kind of like the sun shining through. I don't know, I just think that looks like really, really pretty. Okay, so this looks like a mess because I have fallout on my face, and I'm going to brush that off now because I look like a crazy person. For this step, like if you are going to do it this way instead of doing your face second, definitely make sure you have a lot of powder on the brush. And I'm going to go in with the center shade onto a clean e.l.f. Concealer brush. Okay, and then add a little bit of the inner highlighter shade right on that inner corner to just brighten it up a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like it. This big fluffy brush, go into the yellowy shade. Then I'm going to go in with the clean Lottie London brush, and I'm going to go into this shade Pisces, which is kind of like a more dirty kind of gold. And I'm going to drag that right here, kind of pull it down a little bit. So that's kind of a cool shade. It's like kind of gray, gold, green. I really like that. That as a smoky eye would be so pretty. Holy moly. Okay. So now I want to go in a little bit with Leo on top of that, which is more of like a rosy kind of gold-ish shade. And drag that right on top to just kind of amp up the gold in there because I didn't want it to be so contrasting to the upper lid. And then I'm going to drag a little bit of Taurus over top as well. And then I'm going to scoot into Gemini and place that on the inner portion again. And I really want that to be like blown out, so I'm kind of dragging it down. So now I want to go into the Elizabeth Mott blending brush and go into a little bit of the red shade. Just drag that along the lower lash, like the very edges. I want to take that e.l.f. concealer brush again. Ooh, throwing stuff. And I want to go into the shade Cancer one more time and drag that along our inner lower lash line. Again, to mimic the upper lid. And like I said, I do want this to be extremely blown out and like kind of whimsical, so that is why it's going a little deeper than usual. And I'm going into the highlighter shade. So I'm going to put a little bit of ColourPop Honeydew into our waterline. If I had a yellow liner, I probably would have done that, or a gold. I know that NYX sells those. I just don't have one, unfortunately. But I have a plan as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wing, and then I'm going to add some NYX Vivid Brights Vivid Halo right out here, and I think that it'll look really, really cool with the gold. So I'm going to do that off camera so that this isn't forever long, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I added, like I said, some black NYX liquid liner, and then I added some of the yellow liner to the corners, and I think it looks really cool. And then I just put on some NYX red lip liner, and then I added some low cut Lime Crime Velveteen. I absolutely love how it turned out. I am obsessed with the eyes. I think they look so cool. So yeah, I just absolutely love how this turned out. I think it looks so good. My final thoughts on this palette is that it is amazing. As anticipated, it is just like the other Zodiac palette, which was also incredible. So if you guys are on the fence, if you need another Christmas idea for like what you want, I highly, highly, highly suggest that you ask for this if you are into this color scheme. So like if you, I mean, honestly, I feel like this is a very wearable palette. I think that it is mostly like neutral shades, and then you kind of have like a couple pops of color that you could really mix in, like if you're feeling particularly exotic that day or whatever. I think that this is an incredible palette. Highly, highly recommend it. Absolutely worth the money. It's only $25. It's $1 a shadow if you want to look at it like that. And you get a high, you know what I mean? Like, it's really, really good. There's a lot of product. It will take you forever and a day to finish it. Like, I swear to you, these are incredible, high quality, very inexpensive, cruelty free. Absolutely, if you have a makeup lover in your life and you are like, I don't know what to get them, and they kind of like more neutral tones, but they also like blues and stuff like that, I recommend this as a present. And if you have somebody who likes more like the more greeny purple end of the spectrum, get the other one, you know? Or if you have somebody that you like both, get both, you know? I absolutely love it, like I said. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you did like how it turned out and you want to see more like this, give this video a thumbs up for me. It really, really helps me out. And if you have any suggestions or any videos that you want to see, definitely comment them down below. Anything you got. And then if you haven't already, you should definitely subscribe and ring the little bell so you get notifications every single time that I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye!